Hello rail fans, it's SERA number 52 rail fan, and welcome back to my G-scale layout. Today we're going to be taking a look at two Genset diesel switcher locomotives on the SERA Northern Railway G-scale. They will be switching out intermodal container cars and grain cars both at the Oakdale yard and the Oakdale grain transfer facility. Note that locomotive 3450 is a 6-axle Genset diesel switcher locomotive. This is my newest Genset switcher, still in its original Union Pacific colors. This locomotive is modeled after ex-UPY locomotives 894 and 895, now both owned and operated by the SERA Northern Railway in Oakdale, California. Locomotives 894 and 895 are both RP20 SD Genset switcher locomotives built on SD40 frames. Locomotive 3450 was originally an SD40-2 diesel locomotive. I had it torn down and rebuilt on an SD40-2 frame to mimic the prototype Genset switchers 894 and 895. Note that the locomotive body or long hood of the locomotive was cut and slightly lowered, while the cab was slightly raised to fit above the body or long hood. Also, the front windows of the cab were made slightly larger to mimic the prototype Genset switcher locomotives. To my knowledge, this locomotive is a one-of-a-kind, as there are no Genset locomotives available in G-scale. Also, to my knowledge, there are no 6-axle Genset locomotives available on any scale of model railroads. So sit back and enjoy the video. Here we see the locomotives shoving a long cut of intermodal container cars onto a storage track in the SERA Northern Railway Oakdale yard. Locomotive 2037 is a 4-axle Genset diesel switcher locomotive that was originally a GP38. After shoving the long cut onto the storage track, the two locomotives then hook on to 5 intermodal container cars that were left on the main. These cars will be shoved further onto the main along a runaround track. The locomotives will then uncouple, run around the cars, hooking onto the other end. The cars will then be shoved into the Oakdale grain transfer facility, where the cars will be spotted and the containers later unloaded. Here we get a shot of the locomotives backing the 5 intermodal container cars into the grain transfer facility. The containers are loaded with cottonseed. After the cars are spotted, the containers will be unloaded by a crane, later transferred to a truck and transported off-site to various locations. Once the cottonseed is unloaded from the containers will be transported back to the facility via truck, and they will later be unloaded back onto a train and transported off the facility back to BNSF. After the intermodal container cars were spotted, the locomotives then began switching around grain hoppers. Here, we see the locomotives pull out a string of grain hoppers that were recently unloaded. They will swap these out with loaded hoppers, where the loaded hoppers will be backed into the facility and later unloaded. We hope you have enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned for future videos and remember to share, comment, like, and subscribe.